Carbohydrates do not make you fat. Nerd face. How is this possible since insulin burns fat? Fire. Let me explain. Fat gain or loss is determined by fat balance. Fat balance equals stored fat equals burned fat. On a high carb, low intake diet, you burn less fat, but you also don't store much fat. 1N. On a high fat, low carb diet, you burn a lot more fat, but you also store more fat. This is because carbohydrates are not actually stored as fat. In fact, less than 2% of the fat stored in adipose tissue under normal dietary conditions comes from carbohydrates. More than 98% of stored fat is from fat. We summarize. On a HFLC, high fat low carb diet, you burn a lot of fat, but you also store a lot of fat. On a LFHC, low fat, high carbohydrate diet, you burn much less fat, but you also store much less fat. What will determine net fat storage is energy balance. Stop obsessing over carbs. In fact, less than 2% of the fat stored in adipose tissue under normal dietary conditions comes from carbohydrates. More than 98% of stored fat is from fat.